All right. So I've got some breaking news out of Mississippi. The Mississippi, right on time with Georgia and right on time with North Carolina. Mississippi Senate votes for sweeping anti-LGBT religious freedom bill. The Mississippi Senate voted 31-17 on Wednesday to pass what critics say is the most sweeping anti-LGBT legislation in the U.S. House Bill 1523 would protect people, religious organizations, and certain businesses that refuse to refuses services specifically to the LGBT community. The bill will also protect these people opposed to recognizing the gender identity of transgender people. Yeah, so this sounds exactly like the Georgia bill, and it has elements of the North Carolina bill. The transgender section of the North Carolina bill could have been snatched directly from this. They passed this tonight, 31-17 in the Mississippi Senate. We'll see what the House, although the bill already passed the Mississippi House in February. So now it's just a matter of if the governor is going to sign it. Here's the problem. No major businesses are investing in Mississippi. Maybe I think there's a Toyota factory outside of Jackson, Mississippi. But I don't think that there's enough economic pressure in Mississippi like Marvel, like Disney, like AMC to actually, and Coca-Cola to actually pull, actually, well, there's the Pepsi plant in Hattiesburg. Okay. Let me take that argument off the table. As I think about Mississippi, there is a Walmart distribution factory right in Lincoln County. It's going to take businesses to threaten to pull out their corporations to stop something like this. So we'll see what happens if that type of pressure comes on. But to the heart of this, the most disturbing thing about this is that they're casting bigotry in terms of protection. They are allowing public places, public services to say, I don't want to help this person because they are gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, queer, and plus, and everything else is included in the plus. They're able to say, this is a business, this is a service, and they're casting this bigotry and this discrimination in terms of protecting preachers from not having to perform gay marriages, when preachers never have to perform gay marriages in the first place. So they take this fear of something that doesn't exist, and then they wrap in the most sweeping discriminatory policies, transphobic, homophobic policies imaginable, and they shove it down the throats of Mississippians and Georgians and North Carolinians, all based on this unsubstantiated fear of something that you never had to do in the first place, except it extends now further to people like Justin Holsenbach informed us last night. The sister legislation in Georgia actually extended to paramedics and people who provide life-saving services to the community at large now have the ability to say, my religious freedoms, my religion rather, prevents me from servicing you. And so now life-threatening situations are going to be based on whether or not a person is actually human enough to do the right thing versus the obligation that people have from law, by law, to do the right thing. Now, I'm going to say this again, and you guys can get mad at me. I don't think you will, because I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Stuff like this is a real threat. These are things that actually can become law. All the governor of Mississippi has to do now is sign this bitch. Once he signs this, this is law. And now you are putting the physical health, the emotional health, and just the all-around good nature of humanity on the line for stupidity, unsubstantiated fear, and wrapping this unsubstantiated fear in the guise of being protected from something that doesn't exist. These are things that there are so many states, and I don't have the numbers. I wish I had somebody who could just call in, Google the numbers. How many states do not have protections for the LGBT community on the books? And I swear to God, I genuinely wish Hillary Clinton was not in this race, because a lot of Bernie supporters just hate Hillary Clinton. And you guys, quite honestly, hate her enough to, some of you, not all of you, I think some of you just have principal disagreements with her like me. I have a lot of principal disagreements with her. Some of you feel like she's the enemy. But it is, in my opinion, a critical time where you could get somebody like Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz, who would want to bring this level of bigotry wrapped in religious protections on a national level. Ted Cruz, take the very worst of Hillary Clinton. Take everything that you dislike about Hillary Clinton. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all better hope damn well Donald Trump wins this nomination, because I am not afraid of Donald Trump. I am not afraid of the racists that he endears, that he empowers. I'm not afraid of any of that, because you know what? Donald Trump is a bumbling idiot that would take probably 4 years to figure out how to bring a piece of legislation and get some support so that it can come to the floor. Ted Cruz knows the system well enough that he would go in with an express agenda along the lines of what you see in Mississippi, along the lines of what you see in Georgia, along the lines of what you see in North Carolina. He will bring this type of legislation to the nation. He will appoint justices who are going to see the world through his own lens. So if you think, and this is not a case for Hillary Clinton. Like I said, I wish Hillary Clinton was not in this race for many, many reasons. But if you think you hate and dislike Hillary Clinton, add on everything that you dislike about Hillary Clinton. I want you to add on religious zealotry, like the Crusades. That's Ted Cruz. That's this Mississippi anti-LGBT law. That's the North Carolina law. That's the Georgia law. And the bad thing about it, now, that's about as good a thing I could ever say about Hillary Clinton right now. The worst thing about this is that you have Democrats voting for this. I guarantee you, in Mississippi, you had Democrats vote for this. Georgia, you had Democrats vote for it. North Carolina, you had 11 Democrats vote for it. Which begs the question, at what point do we say stop uniting blue? Because just voting for somebody who has a D by their name could be voting your own death sentence in extreme cases like we see in Mississippi. Or it's voting your worst economic interest. Or it's voting for more, you're voting against your progressive values. So at what point do you say, I cannot vote for this Democrat who voted for this Mississippi legislation? We gotta, this election is a cluster F of choices. This is a cluster F of choices, because some of you may be comfortable going third party and going, and listen, I'm not knocking you. You do what you do. You. One thing you're going to find is that whatever your decision is, I'm not here to try to change your mind. I'm not trying to change your mind about voting for Bernie or bust, voting for Hillary. You could be a Hillary Clinton supporter. I'm not going to try to change your mind anymore. Only thing I'm doing, and you can go back through every tweet, through every show. The one thing that I do and I cannot stand is hypocrisy. And I call out hypocrisy no matter where I see it. And I just happen to see a lot of it on Hillary Clinton's camp. So go read all my texts. But the point I'm trying to make is, if you're Bernie or bust, that's your business. If you are Hillary or bust, that's your business. If you're a Puma, that's your, I don't care. I don't care how you vote at this point. But likewise, it's my business to say that somebody like Ted Cruz and policies like we see in Mississippi and we see in Georgia and North Carolina, and the Democrats who support it, have no place in power in the United States of America. Period.